What's good? What's good? Welcome to another session of Chief and Chart. It's your man Don Bucks, brought to you by Rapping Dough, the home of money conversations. We talk about options trading and what the charts say on this here series. So if that's what you're into, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, notification bell so you know when I'm going live, giving up this options game. Like I said, this is brought to you by Rapping Dough, the home of money conversations. So we're gonna have us a money conversation. If y'all was tapped in yesterday, y'all know what we was expecting today, right? This episode is, where's my lighter? Skywalker, because that's what I'm chiefing today. And subtitled, subtitled Bollinger Band Retracement. Because yesterday, I'll get into that, but my little spiel, I got a little spiel a day, but it's a lot of irrationality going on outside. I believe the pandemic's like spearheaded a lot of this irrationality that's going on outside. People are doing things that they would normally not have done. But I kind of preluded to this stuff back in 2019. Like, it seems as though people don't really listen to you until the shit hit the fan. And they come back like, oh man, I remember when you said, yeah, I remember when I said it too. But I don't want to be the I told you so, but I fucking told you so. People are going to start becoming more violent. Just a lot more domestic violence, killing because people broke. But a lot of these things, man, are decision based. And one thing I wanted to touch on is the fact that the sooner we get a grip on the fact that everything that happens to us in life is a reflection of something we did, whether it was mentally, consciously, or unconsciously. Nothing is a mistake. Nothing is a mistake. Everything happens from a seed that was planted. But everything has its time to grow. Everything has its time to flourish into what it's supposed to be. But a lot of us don't even remember planting those seeds of these situations that pop up in our life. But that's the only way stuff happens. Seed, time, harvest, right? But during the time part, sometimes we forget about the seed we done planted. And seeds come in different forms. You have word seeds, you have thought seeds, you have action seeds, right? Those are seeds. Words grow into other things, right? Thoughts grow into other things. Actions grow into other actions. They grow. They're seeds. Seed time, then you get the harvest. So whatever your harvest is the result from some seed that you planted. So the sooner we get a grip of that, we can start planting some doper seeds on purpose. Now we can be more conscious of the seeds that we plant. You dig? But a lot of us didn't know it till today, because if you're listening today, you know it now. I didn't know it. Now I had to start reflecting on life. Like, that's why this rap music is a topic of discussion, because words are seeds. And if you can see what's going on, it don't take that hard to look at these people's lives. But then all you got to do is go listen to the seeds that they've been planting. And we ain't even talking about the mental seeds or the action seeds. We just talking about the ones we hear. And those words are going out and being planted in people, in the cosmos. They're being planted. And then we wonder why they pop up with this situation and that situation. It's like it's always a situation with them. But they forgot or they don't know that their words are seeds. So they're just planting seeds haphazardly all over the place and don't even give a fuck. Don't, because they don't know any better. It's hard to give a fuck about something you don't know about, right? So, and that's just not entertainers. You have people that talk a lot. You ever run into somebody that just talks so much, they just over talk. And eventually they say something stupid. So talkers, you got to let them talk because they're going to say something. They may sound smart for the first 30, 40 seconds, maybe a minute or two. But if they keep going aimlessly, they're either going to lie or say something stupid or both. Because they don't know that they need to be conscious of their seeds, their words that they're saying. If you're conscious with your seeds, you're not going to be that talkative person. You're going to be more reserved with your words. You're not going to just be saying anything. You're going to be a thinker before you speak because you know that once these words come out, they're being planted. Right? That's that if you know better, you do better thing. So once you know your words are seeds, you start knowing that your words, your thoughts, and your actions are seeds. Now you're going to be a little bit more apprehensive and more thoughtful with how you move, say, and think. Dig what I'm saying? So that's my spiel for today because I think that's what's going on outside. We got a lot of people that's just anxious about life because they don't know what lurks around the corner. They don't have any purpose or whatever. So it's a lot of people that's just doing a lot of irrational things. But I implore you to be more conscious with your thoughts, words, and actions. So let's get into this chart. And it's not easy. It takes, it's just like forming any other habit. I don't want to say this like it's easy. It's going to take some sitting down with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Um, and then when you start going down this path, it's going to be different from what you used to be doing. So people are going to start to see a difference in you when you stop talking reckless like you used to, because now you recognize that your words are seeds. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to be quick to do, certain things anymore because you know your actions are seeds. You feel me? You ain't gonna go slap that old lady no more, or you ain't gonna purposely, do bullshit because you know it's a seed now. Dig me? So let's get into this chart. Dope. It's been a dope week, man. I don't know if y'all noticing these weeks been flying by. Flying by. And just a little sidebar, like, noticing how time is moving so fast, or it seems as though it's moving fast, right? Um, Stuff is only moving fast in comparison to something that is not moving at all. Or I heard stuff feels like it's sitting still when you're moving at the same speed. It's food for thought. Food for thought. So maybe we need to catch up with something. Yeah, maybe we're moving too slow. if time seems like it's moving fast, right? Mentally, mentally, because we don't see with our eyes, right? That's a whole nother topic. I ain't even gonna get into that. We in the chart now. I was about to go off on a tangent, but yo, let's make the screen bigger. All right, boom. So this was this green bar yesterday. It went crazy off of this pin bar right here. Y'all see what happens with pin bars at support? Y'all see after a selling climax? Look at that pin bar. Well, hit here, came down, and it went up again because it bounced off of this right here. But anyway, this was yesterday. This is the daily chart. Okay. So on Tuesday, we called it here. This pin bar as support. We called it because we have a new high in the MACD that's sustained. The high is sustained. It hasn't been, a new low hasn't been formed. So it's still momentum to the upside. And we have a pin bar, a weak bar. We have momentum to the upside with a weak bar at support. A pin bar at that. It sold down and closed up above support. The next day, I told y'all, all right, you know what? So, boom, it did that yesterday. So, what I said yesterday, if y'all tapped in the Cheef chart, I said you should be looking for weakness today because we're going to have some pullback. How did I know we was going to have some pullback? Because this is textbook price action. It's textbook price action. The level that was broken always gets tested. And it's being tested right here. It got tested today, which we said was going to happen today. But how do we know it was going to happen? Because if you drop down into the trading time frame, look how extreme it is outside of the Bollinger Band on the 4-hour time frame. Let me see what it looked like in the 2-hour. It's not quite extreme on the 2-hour, but in the 4-hour, I believe we were looking at yesterday, we said, look at that. It has to come back in. Remember what we said about being extreme outside of the Bollinger Band, the blue lines on the top and the bottom. Outside of the blinds is extreme, so it has to come back in. I learned that in previous episodes. So we seen this yesterday, this green bar here, because in the 4-hour time frame, that daily is broken down into 2 bars. So yesterday is this green one and this red one. So this is where you could have got in at the pin bar as support. And then this was yesterday. But I said it has to come back in. So today, be looking for some weakness. Here was your weakness right here, y'all. This red bar. It came all the way down because it opened at 409 this morning. But here came the weakness. It sold all the way down. People took profit all the way down to 404. So what's the relatable to the 4-hour? The hour. So here was your entrance. Here's the red bar right here. Came in. All right. It came in. It was down here all like for majority of the day. Here's your entry. Here's your entry. This is where you should have got in at. I literally, I don't know who else showing y'all this like this. I'm literally showing y'all. It's 100+ episodes every day. I'm on here giving you step by step what to do, what to look for. So I said, look, it's going to pull back today. Why? Because it was outside of the Bollinger Band. Lo and behold, it came back in. You could have got in at 404. Then you could have got in at 406, this red bar right here. Those were your entries for today, for the next level up. Because we're going. This is that rally he was talking about. But look, here's the pin bar, another one. So on the daily, another sign. It's not extreme on the Bollinger Bands. It's doing normal price action, testing the level it just broke, and then formed a pin bar. Yo, what happens? What is a high probability of happening? Pin bar at support with a new high in the MACD, aka strength, weakness in a bar with strength in the MACD. Momentum divergence, right? What we look for, right? Perfect combination. Momentum divergence, pin bar at support. You add that together and you got a high probability of a bounce. Just like here. Just like here. But here it is again, y'all. Here it is again. We had the textbook Bollinger Band extreme pullback today, right? Because we seen it right here in the 4-hour yesterday. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell right now. I mean, unless you don't like free money, keep doing what you're doing. But we seen it was extreme yesterday and above a resistance point. So that says, what does that equal? Extreme on the Bollinger Band, and it just broke a resistance. What does that equal? That plus that equals a pullback. Plus, that's natural price action. When price busts a resistance, it tests it. But now we got a couple elements in one scenario. We have price busting through resistance. We have it being extreme on the Bollinger Band. So you add those two together, and it has to come back. It has to pull back. And lo and behold, that's what happened. So as we trade, as we do this, we're going to start seeing the same stuff over and over again. And we know what the high probability things are going to come out of each scenario. But we also know what we're going to do if it doesn't happen, because that's going to happen too. Y'all seen that here. Sometimes the high probability thing is just what it is, high probability. It's not saying it's going to happen 100% of the time, but a lot of times out of 10, this happens when you see this. So that's what you're going to establish by practicing, seeing this stuff over and over. Look, charting every day and seeing this stuff over and over again. You dig what I'm saying? It's only so much I can teach you. I was just making this point the other day. I was like, yo, it's crazy because skating is just reinforcing what I already know in regards to how you master something. It's like everybody starts, with the mechanical approach to the thing. It's like, okay, 1 foot in front of the other, but You're not going to have to do that after a while. It's going to look like you do it naturally, but in the beginning, you one footed in front of the other. But sometimes we want to speed that process up, right? I get it. I know. But like I said, these lessons are reinforcing the fact that you have to put in 5 years of practice in order to have 5 years of experience. You can't be 5 years old unless you live 5 years. You dig what I'm saying? Um, I can go on and on, but you understand what I'm saying. We have to go through that part. Yes, we all want the skills right now. I want to learn how to skate backwards today. No, it's going to take some mechanics, failing, falling, hurting yourself, maybe, in the process of making it look like it's natural. It's crazy how as an adults we just automatically think that how we learned or the time it took us to learn something as a kid was just kid stuff. Like, no, that original way that we learn is how we learn. It's like it takes time to learn how to walk. It takes time to learn how to talk. But once we learn how to walk and talk, we think that, okay, everything is just supposed to be downloaded in my brain immediately. No, it's going to take some time to learn how to trade. Okay. No matter how much your mom talked to you in regular plain English, it still took you some time to understand what she was saying. We don't become adults and all of a sudden don't need a learning process. We got to get uncocky about that. We need to become like a child. I'm not, a Bible thumper, but I know it's a part in the Bible that says we need to become more like a child, childlike in our approach to learning. Don't think we be knowing everything all the time just because we're an adult. Get back to the essence of being a sponge and practicing and learning. And then eventually you're going to be able to look at the chart and say, guess what's going to happen tomorrow? High chances. I didn't start out the gate like this, and I still don't know it all. I will never know it all. Right? But you don't need to know it all. And I'm like, um, you need to know your system and your stocks. That's what you need. You're trying to know everything about everything. You don't need to know everything about everything. Okay. So before I get out of here, let's recap. What we said was going to happen today happened. All right. We had some pullback inside of the Bollinger Band. And now we're going to continue up. We're going to continue up. The next level up, gang, is next level up. The next obvious level up is here. Well, 409, well, 410. It's kind of obvious, right? 410, which it tested today, but I think it's going to blast through that because the average true range of the SPY is about between $6 and $10. So that little $3 where it's at from now ain't really about nothing. So next level up beyond 410 is 418. We're not extreme on the Bollinger Band, so we got us a nice little run going into the holidays coming. Yes, sir. So this is that weakness. We got a pin bar at support, testing the level it just broke. So what do I expect for tomorrow? I expect a bounce. I expect 410 to get tested tomorrow at the very least. 410 to be tested because it came down. Y'all see this pin bar, it sold down below support and closed above. That forms a pin bar. You see it? It sold, it opened up here, and this was the high, and this was the low. The bottom is the low. So it came all the way down here, and then sellers came back in. Buyers, buyers came back in and bought the price back up to 407. All right. So it forms that pin at the bottom. What's called a wick. W-I-C-K, wick at the top and the bottom. But this one is longer because it was below support and it came back up. So it formed what we call a pin bar, and that's at support. So that's bullish, right? High chances of it testing 410 tomorrow and going, because tomorrow is Friday. So I think we're going to finish in the green tomorrow. But the next level up is 410. So what I would look for, I will go into my trading time frame, whatever that is for you, and I will wait for some weakness. I will wait for another red bar of any sort, because right now it's only green because you should have got in here. But for entry, I will wait for a red bar. Y'all know that's what we do. We look for weakness and strength. So ain't no weakness yet. So I will wait for a red bar, catch it on the limit buy, and I would do 10 days out because tomorrow Friday, you got to include Saturday and Sunday in your expiration days. We only holding it for 5 days, right? 10-day expiration, hold it for 5 days, maybe 6 tops. So if I was going to get a contract tomorrow, I'm going to get it for at least 10 days, 14 days. Shit. You dig? So that's what we got for tomorrow. Look for weakness if you're looking to position for calls, for the SPY or anything related to it. Look for weakness, take it to the next level. If you haven't already, hit the like, subscribe, notification bell. Also, make sure you hit the description of this channel. Take advantage of all the wholesale financial education materials I got out there for y'all. And if you haven't already, make sure you get the Options Made Easy workbook. You see that Options Made Easy workbook? It is free, gang. Free EE. All you got to do is pay for shipping. It's yours. So that being said, see y'all tomorrow. Always remember, ain't no competition. It's always you versus you. See y'all tomorrow.